Before we start the video, I would like you to know that there will be mentions of self-harm and suicide. If you aren't comfortable with these topics, feel free to click off the video anytime. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi, my little angels. I'm here to rant about a toxic friendship I ended recently. I would also appreciate feedback telling me if I did the right thing. For context, around mid to late 2022, I met a guy online who seemed really chill. We talked, we messaged, and he was really cool in my opinion. I even introduced him to one of my best friends. It wasn't until a few months in the friendship where he'd confessed to have feelings for me. Mind you, I was 11 and he was around 13 to 14. I said no because we've only met each other for a short period of time and I didn't reciprocate those feelings. Things started getting a little weird after that incident. He started acting depressed and made claims about how he was alone and how he wanted someone to love him and other statements that felt like he was trying to guilt trip me. Those statements started to wear off after a while, and I thought things were gonna go back to normal. Although he did still make comments every now and then about that incident. I might have these two events switched up, but it happened so long ago that I don't quite remember. He soon got a girlfriend, and I thought he was getting better. Although we didn't really talk around that time period because he was so busy with his girlfriend, but the little times we did talk, he would still mention that he had some remaining feelings for me, which put me off a lot because aren't you in a relationship? You shouldn't be telling me those things. But soon they broke up and he seemed really, really upset about it. He came crying to me, telling me all about it and how upset he was. And I felt like he was doing worse than he already was. He did start mentioning things about how he wanted to do self-harm and how he wanted to do suicide. Although I did have problems at that time with my personal life, I tried putting those problems aside because I was nervous that, I felt like he needed more help than I did. So I pushed away my problems and I tried helping him with his. I felt like nothing was working though. He still seemed really upset and stuff like that. So, I regret this a lot, like a lot. If I were to go back, I would prevent myself from doing this. But during one conversation we had, I forced him to tell me what he wanted. And with that, he responded that he wanted me to reciprocate his feelings. I was scared that he would actually do things to himself, so I ended up saying yes. Let's just say that during that period of time, I felt trapped. And also, I tried my best to prevent myself from talking to him. I told lies saying that I was busy because I didn't want to deal with him while we were dating. And that makes me feel a lot worse. Like, I know what I did that time was horrible. I shouldn't have done it. I know it's horrible, and I just regret doing it. Thankfully, soon I did realize that what I was doing wasn't gonna help anything at all. It was just gonna hurt both of us in the process. Especially if he did find out that I was only with him just to make him feel better and not because I actually had feelings. So, about a week in, I'm guessing, it didn't last long, But about a week in, I told him that I wanted to stop, that I wanted to break up with him, and that I did it just so he could feel better. I am not sure if he took it well. I hope he did. But, I told him that I was sorry and that what I was doing was horrible and that I shouldn't have done it in the first place. And he did seem to forgive me, but, every now and then he would mention about it, and he would kind of blame me for it, which, yeah, I understand. What I did was horrible. I shouldn't have done it, so he had every right to be mad at me during that time. We did remain friends, but, things kind of got awkward after that. I'm pretty sure he got another girlfriend after that, but I think they didn't last long, and, I don't think he really did care about it. From that and much more recently, things were kind of a blur. I felt like he was getting better, although he would still make remarks about, doing self-harm and stuff. I did really think he was doing better, and I was happy for him. He started losing more feelings for me, and I was really happy about that he was moving on. Unfortunately, things did get worse after he got another girlfriend. For context, this girl was suffering a lot in her personal life, and she couldn't show him appreciation or affection towards him because of how depressed she was at that time. I think I did hear that she was getting better, or that she is getting better, so I'm happy about that. I hope her life is doing well now. But he did seem to be getting annoyed by it. He would talk to me a lot, saying that she doesn't show him enough attention and that he feels alone. And he was also planning on breaking up with her because he couldn't handle her problems. It was also around that time where he started wanting to vent to me a lot. It felt like every time we had a conversation, he wanted to vent. He has tried to justify it by saying that he doesn't treat me like his personal therapist because he asked me how my day goes, even though I feel like that's not really a good reason, because after he says it, he follows up with, "I want to vent." Him and that girl broke up, and that's when he started to deeply miss her. He'd say to me that he regrets breaking up with her, even though she broke up with him, and saying that he wishes he could go back together with her. But not even at least a few weeks in, he started dating someone else. The problem I have with this is because he moved on too fast, and he didn't even like the girl. He's told me that he only dated her because he missed his ex and he didn't want to feel alone. Which, first of all, that's crazy. Why? And this girl also had problems. And this time he tried to be more supportive about it, but what's it called? The girl didn't really like sharing her personal problems with him, and he tried so hard to, even though she wasn't really comfortable. He'd tell me a lot of times that he misses his ex and that he regrets dating his new girl. And then they broke up, and he didn't seem to care. about it because of how he missed his ex a lot. And that brings me to now, or very recently. I was scared to do so because of how long we were friends for, but I felt like it was time to tell him. So, about a few days ago, I told him that I wanted to stop being friends, that I had enough of him, and that he was really toxic. I'm not sure how he did feel about it, because he didn't really respond to it. So I feel happier now, but a part of me still regrets it. And to the person this rant is about, I want you to get better. I hope you'll get better. But you really, really need to stop using others to make you feel happy. You are a great person, I'm sure of that. But there are some things you've done that weren't so much. Please, just get help. You've done some really toxic things. Not to me, not just to me, but to other people as well. And I'm sorry for the things I've done to you. I understand that some of my actions were bad and that I should apologize for them, which I'm doing right now. I know you feel some of the things I've said, some of the things I've done really hurt you, and I get that. You have every right to be upset with me with those things. But I really need you to realize that some of the things you've done were not only damaging to you, but were damaging to other people. Please, I know you're dealing a lot with your personal life. I know that, and I feel sorry for you. But I need you to realize that just because you're suffering a lot doesn't justify your actions. I guess that's the end of my rant. If you have any opinions about my rants, please let me know. I want as much honest opinions as I can get to let me know if I'm in the right or not. Bye, my little angels. Nobody's signing off.